Good morning, children, and welcome to the EVS2 class. This is for the second time that we meet, isn't it? In the first class, we met in the live class where we discussed the PT1 question paper. So, it's high time that we begin a new lesson, isn't it? Because our half-yearly exams are coming. Okay, children? So, children, what is today's date? Today's date is 7/8/20 and the month is August. Okay, and the date is 7th of August. So children, what is lesson number 3? As you can see on screen, it's given European expeditions to India. I will explain each and every meaning of this lesson, the words which are used. Okay, so children, before I begin with the lesson, all of you, what will you do? As usual, you all take out your EVS2 textbook. Okay, children, and turn to lesson number 3. Okay, I'll just wait for a few seconds for you to get ready. Okay, so children, our lesson number 3 is European expeditions to India. Now, here two important words are there. One is European and the other is expeditions. Now, who are European? Now, what do you mean by the word European? European means a group of people, okay, who lives in the continent of Europe. We Indians, okay, we Indians live in the country of India, and India is a part of the continent of which continent? Yes, it's Asia. So we belong to the Asia continent, and the people who belong to the Europe continent are called European. Okay, now Europe is not a single country where it's made up of, it's a continent. What are continents? Continents are made up of various countries. Okay, and people belonging to the Europe continent are called European. So European expeditions to India, expeditions means journey. Okay, so how European people came to India, what did they do, what did they take from India, what did they give from India, everything we'll study. Who were the people who came to India? Okay, who were the European people who came to India? Okay, I think this is clicking something in your mind. I think this is something, it's ringing in your mind. Okay, are you able to just recall, or are you able to tell me what will we study in this chapter? Can you just tell me? Okay, I will only tell you, we'll study about the British people. Okay, not only British people, but many European people. Okay, not many people, but many European people came to India. Okay, and who are those? We'll study, but most of them all, as you all know, it's the British. Okay, who came from England. Okay, from Great Britain. They came from there and they established a British kingdom, okay, in India. And how did they establish, what happened, and so many things are there. How did India got freedom? Everything is there. So we'll study in this chapter. Okay, and now I think you are very interested. Okay, yes, children, it's a very interesting lesson also. European expeditions to India. Okay, so let's proceed with the chapter. Let's come to the chapter European expeditions to India. And what shall we learn about here? What are the objectives? Firstly, the European traders who came to India. We'll know about the European traders. Okay, now European traders does not mean only the British people. There were the French also, the Dutch also. Many types of European people came to India. Then number 2, the rise of the British rule in India. How did the British establish their rule in India? Okay, how did they establish their kingdom in India? That we'll study. Then number 3, the impact of the East India Company. Now first of all, the British did not come. Okay, at first a trading company came to India. Now the trading company belonged to the British. The trading company's name was East India Company. Okay, and they came to India just for trade. But after they started doing trade, they slowly in the name of trade, they started to establish their rule. And fourthly, other parts of the world that the British ruled. Now the British, they didn't rule only the country of India, but also many other countries they ruled. And in this lesson we are going to study about that. Okay, so shall we proceed with the first page? And the first page, children, you can see, okay, a picture is there, and I don't know whose picture is this, but it's written there. The picture, in that picture is written there in the below, explorers. Okay, I hope you remember the term explorer from the, yes, in your class 4 the first lesson was exploration, discoveries and invention. And who are the explorers? Explorers are people who try to go to different places where no one has ever visited. They try to find some extraordinary places where no one has ever visited, and after discovering a place, they start learning about the place, who are the people who stay there, what type of vegetation is there, what type of people live there, what is the clothing, and many more things. Okay, so here you can see a picture of an explorer. Okay, and that explorer, how he's exploring, he's not exploring through land, but he's exploring on a ship, okay, or on a small boat, and he's exploring through a water body. I don't know, it might be a sea also, ocean also, river, but he is going, okay, he is going on a journey, and it's visible. Okay, he's going on a journey and he is on a boat. So children, this is a picture of an explorer, and here a conversation is there between Rashi, Mehar and Priya Bua. Okay, you can see in your book also, there's a conversation going on between three persons, Rashi, Mehar and Priya Bua. What is the conversation? Rashi and Mehar are at Priya Bua's place. She is Rashi's Bua. She is a professor of history in Mumbai. Rashi and Mehar are amazed at the number of history books in her house. So Priya Bua is the aunt, okay, and she's a professor of history. Now Mehar, auntie, why do you like history so much? Mehar asked her auntie that why did she like history so much, and what did Priya Bua answer? She is a professor, okay, of history. Oh, I love history for many reasons. I'll tell you a little story to explain. Rashi loved to read her English books, but did you know that till the 17th century hardly anybody knew English in India? Now see what an interesting fact. Now I am also speaking English. Our textbooks are English. Everything is now in English. Even if you type on the Google, we always type, in order to search something, we type in English only. But before the 17th century, English was not in India. Okay, people used to speak their traditional languages. So how did English come to India? Rashi, wow, then how do we know English now? Priya Bua, in the late 16th century, okay, before the beginning of 17th century, that is towards the end of 16th century, the English came to India. As I told you, right, the East India Company, they came to India to sell goods here in exchange. They wanted to take useful items back. Over time, they became the rulers of India. People in India thus learned to speak in English. Okay, so slowly, the British, they came to trade, then slowly they established their kingdom, they rule over India, and then people of India also got influence from the people of the British, and they started talking in English. Then the schools, various English schools started, and then people of India also gradually they learned to speak in English. So children, this is enough for first class. Okay, we shall stop till here, and children, you just go through the lesson so that it becomes clear to you. Okay, already I have given you a gist of the lesson, what we will study in this lesson, but you just read it as a story. Okay, it will be very interesting to you. Then in the next class I'll proceed with the lesson. I think next class we have a live class, so it will be more interesting. So in that live class also, I will explain, okay, who were the different types of European people who came to India, and finally how did East India Company, they established a rule. They threw away the French, they threw away the Dutch, okay, and finally they were the sole ruler of the whole of India, okay. Though they were foreigners, but they established a rule over India. So children, shall we stop till here? Okay, we'll stop till here. Till we meet, you take care and have a good day.